Hi, everyone. Welcome to another eGen Solutions podcast. We're changing things up here a little bit. This time I have my guest in my house or my studio. And because Teresa and I have been friends for a while, and she's got this great side business. And I'm really excited to bring her on board because she is at the point of having a side business, starting to use social media, but she has a full-time job. And so I really want people to listen to her story and listen to her process and really take some great information away for how you can do a side business while you're still working in a full-time job. So with that, I want to remind everyone that you can subscribe to our podcast through the podcast format that you're listening to right now. Or better yet, you can actually see the video version of this whole interview if you go to the eGen Solutions YouTube channel, hit subscribe, hit that little bell for a notification, and guess what? You'll be notified every time we upload a new podcast video or even our how-to helpful social media videos. So taking it away to Teresa Cochran, yay, who's here. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And what I want you to do is just introduce yourself to everybody and say hello and tell us a little bit about what your full-time job is and your side hustle and your passion.
Okay. Yay, that might take a while. No. Hi, I'm Teresa Cochran, and I just want to say thank you so much for having me. I really am glad to be here today. And so a little bit about myself. I've been a paralegal for about 25 years now, and I've loved my career. I've had a great career. And then as I've gotten older, I just decided, how can I supplement my income? Are there other ways I can maybe have a side hustle? So I started looking into other businesses. I do have a passion for writing. About 5 years ago, I decided to start writing some short articles and get those published, and I did that. So I have since created my own blog, and that's kind of what happened to me over the last few years. I said, let me just start this blog. I'll start writing. So I did some personal development articles, and then that kind of led me into what other businesses could I have where I could have more income and supplement my income. And so then I did come across another company that I've completely fallen in love with their products, and I do direct sales for them. Yeah. So that's what I'm here to talk about with you today.
No, and I'm really excited too because the one thing that I really loved in what I know about you and what you've talked about is that you have a passion for writing and you've started your own blog. But you also kind of freelanced a little bit with that. And through that process too, it kind of helped you with the direct sales. And so we're going to tell everyone what that is so that it's called Monat. I said that right?
Yes.
Yes. I always have dyslexia with names. So tell us a little bit about the product Monat and what it can do.
Sure. So Monat is short for Modern Nature, and it's a natural-based anti-aging hair care line. So there's multiple products. They're for all hair types. We even have a junior line, but I do have a hair quiz on the homepage of my website.
We're gonna. I'm not gonna distract you. I'm just gonna tell you why I'm looking and doing this. I'm gonna share the screen.
Yeah. So this is actually the landing page that has the videos that you can watch. There's 3 videos there, and then if you go to the homepage is where there's at the top you can see where it actually says hair quiz. So I don't know that the hair quiz actually pops up here.
Okay, so we click that.
I think you would click the home page, yeah.
Well, it's not working, but I think it's probably not working because we're in this process.
Yes, yeah, but it's there. So it would tell you what products would be best for you to achieve, whatever the results you're looking for. So for me, how I got involved is I was very stressed out and I had a particular job where I ended up going to a federal trial. It just was very stressful. It was a process that I wasn't anticipating being involved in, and I did lose some density in my hair. I also have gotten older, so I'm sure that's a factor as well. But
we're all getting older.
I know. But
don't like it.
But I've been using the products for like 10 months, so I've actually gotten some length back. I actually have cut off 3.5 inches of my hair.
Oh wow!
Yes. Okay. Yes, because I have quite a bit growing out. I have a lot of new hairs growing out all through here. Yeah. Yes. And so I'm very excited for the next year to see what will happen. So that's how I got involved with the products.
I'm going to look at my hair
I
now.
I just saw the before and afters, other people's stories. Then I, saw where you can share the products. If you're someone who's passionate about the products, I'm passionate about helping others. I've helped people with their resumes for years. I've done coaching. I was a recruiter for a couple of years, and I coached people in gave them advice in interviewing. So all of these skills I've had in my life have kind of just led me here to this place. And I'm like, well, I'm doing direct sales. You can build a team of people under you. You would sponsor them. So that's kind of how I was like, wow. So I mean, I could teach people how to talk about the products. There are people out there who are probably would love to know about these products. The company's kind of young. We're only in our 4th year, but we are like the #1 hair care line in the USA. I think Northern America we are. And we just launched, we're only in 3 countries right now. We just launched into the UK earlier this year.
So here's what I hear as a little entrepreneur. I hear starting a new business that's starting out and you can get in at the ground level. So boom, 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 my little flares went off because that's a great time to be into a new business is when they're just starting to launch that, because not everyone, such as other maybe makeup places, everybody knows someone who's maybe a Mary Kay agent or Mary Kay products. This is something new and unique. And I love the fact that you are taking your recruiting, your past recruiting experience, because now you can help others with their business and you know what to look for and you know all that good stuff. So that's like taking everything that you've done and putting it into another process for passive income or income.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, residual income was what I was looking for. Yes.
So let me ask you a little thing. We talked a little bit about social media and storytelling is so important in social media. So how were you able to take the product and the use, and how are you using that with social media right now? We talked a little bit about it before.
Yes. So I have used Facebook. I'm actually a person who never in a million years thought I would use Facebook to, try to do direct sales. So it's just something that once I got into this business, realized that that's what a lot of people were doing. And I had done some research, even writers do it. So I was looking at that before I even got involved in Monat. It's just all kind of snowballed together for me. Mm-hmm. And so I started with just posting on my own profile page on Facebook, my own personal page. It's very important that you're active daily. You don't have to post a lot of things, but maybe just one post a day. You don't want to necessarily post about your company or your product daily, but just about yourself. Share your friends and your life and your thoughts and your opinions. And then, once a week maybe, or when you have maybe something special about your, coming out about your company or products, then you would post about them. So I started with, and that's how I started.
So what I also like is, because we were talking a little bit earlier, where you've shown like your 3 months and you're at 6 months, or I'm sorry, I don't remember the exact.
Oh, for my hair,
for your hair,
the transformation of my hair.
Because you've been using the products. Yes. So that's great testimonial too for those of you who may be starting in something new and you wonder, well, how am I going to get people to, to understand the product or realize it's good? You can use yourself as a testimonial and using yourself by exactly what you did. So can you talk about that process, how you decided to do that?
Sure. So I know it's important. It's very important in because I guess it's a hair care line, so it's beauty products. So you could just take that in general. And it's very important to do befores and afters. So before you wash your hair for the first time, I'll just use that as an example because that's my company. You would take a before. I have other people in my company that maybe take just the back side of their hair. Others were taking the front or the sides, and then you wash your hair with the products. Blow it dry, style it however you would, and then we take afters. And then we do that through several months as well. So I'm not quite a year into my company, about 10 months in, but I have pictures I've posted along the way. And I always say my 4 months, my 6 months, and then I'm going to have a collage that I'm going to do, which is going to show my before, the first day before I started, and then like 4 months in, like 6 months results, and then my year. And then in 2 years, I'll post my 2 years. And I have some people who have hair like mine, have very fine hair, who had hair the way mine started out. And after two years, I mean, I was like, hair goals. I posted her before and after on my Facebook and was like, hair goals.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. Well, and then the other thing too is with Facebook, or actually you don't even need to use Facebook. You go get like a slideshow program, and then to put all those, when you are done, or because I don't think you'll ever be done with the story, because it'll just be like, okay, now this is going to happen. So, but what you could do is take some of those pieces and put it in a really nice slideshow so that they can, as a video, see that progression.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Be, like completely awesome. So like I said, when you're done, but never really will be done.
Right.
But I think that's great. So this is, we didn't talk about this before. Don't get worried. I'm not going to surprise you with anything. But what you didn't know is that because you have been doing that, we have a mutual friend who asked me, we were driving somewhere, and she's like, hey, have you seen that stuff that Teresa's doing? See, that's real, because she didn't know.
No.
I said, no, I didn't see it, but I know she's into stuff. And I'm like, I got to go check it out. She's like, yeah, I think I'm going to buy some. I think she does.
That's awesome.
So it does work. Like I said, you didn't know that, but
No.
but yeah. So I can tell you from experience that through a mutual friend that she's been watching your stuff. So that's what I think is so great, is even if you are starting in your business, and it doesn't matter what business it is, you yourself either needs to have the product or the service, and that's just a really great way to use yourself. And I know even in my business, I still do it with different things. We'll say, look, this is how we grew our email list by blah, blah, blah. And then we'll showcase it and we'll show examples so that people can see it. This is really how it happens. So have you had any, so let's get into your writing. Can I show people your blog?
Yes.
Let me share the screen. For those of you who are listening, this is why you want to come over and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So here's your blog. It's called Finding Yourself.
Yes.
Can you explain a little bit about it and how that's going?
Sure. So this was the articles, the very first articles that I copy pasted them into the beginning of the blog. And those were the ones that I had published about 5 years ago when I first started writing and wanted to be a published writer. And so what it is it's when I say it's a series, it's Finding Yourself. So it's a series on finding. So all my articles I started with finding your people, finding your confidence, finding your strength. And then I wrote finding your forgiveness. And I recently wrote finding your zebra, which for me that's personally related to me. If you read the article, you'll see I'm considered a zebra in the medical industry. So not a horse. And doctors are told to treat horses, and I'm not a horse. I'm a zebra.
So now I'm going to have to learn about that, because I've not heard that. Do you explain that in here so I can come back?
I do. I explain exactly what it is that I have, and it's rare. And but we've all got something, and that's what my article's about.
Because you're a zebra.
I'm a
all
zebra.
Right.
So, but I'm going to write new articles. My articles come from whatever's going on in my life. So whatever I'm trying to find in my life. So what I do is I take situations where that occurred to me and how I handled those situations, and I just tell you how I handled them, how I chose to handle them.
Yeah.
And that's where this comes from. So it's all personal development based, and that's what I love, and that's what my direct sales is all about as well. So those coincide. So for me, it's all about helping others. I want to get to where I want to be, and I would love to help you get to where you want to be. So that's why I'm kind of in where I ended up.
I love talking to you at this stage, because I know, like, I'm just looking over everything that you have, and we've talked a little bit about your business plan too. And I know that at least in 5 years, I would be surprised if you don't have a book coming here sooner than that. Yeah. See, you're already, I didn't talk about that earlier, but
that's the plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, definitely. So one of the other things that we've had a client, and I know this is probably where you are going, we've had a client that wanted to write a book as well. She did the exact same thing. She was here on the blog, and she was a go-getter, and her blog was actually part of her business. So it makes a little bit of a difference because she could do it on work time.
Yeah.
But she did like three blog posts a week, which is tough, really, really tough. But for her, it just worked. And I would say within the course of a year, she had her book. But what she did is she had an editor grab all those blog posts and revise that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's another great way that you can get yourself established as a writer more. And so this is actually going to work really well for you with your business. And I'm really excited for you.
Thank you.
This is fun.
Because I've been talking about this for a long time. You knew when we talked about it a long time ago, I was like, I want to be a writer. And I wasn't even sure how to do that.
Right. But okay, so let's talk about that, because here's the thing that a lot of people miss or think that they can't do things for themselves. We were talking about the blog. You want to talk a little bit about the process of that blog? Actually,
sure.
Can you tell me where is that blog? Where is it hosted? Is it self-hosted? Like, what is that?
So I created this blog through WordPress.com.
Okay, perfect.
So I bought two. I don't even know what's the right word. They're web pages. Domain pages, I guess is what you call it. Domain name, I guess is what
Okay.
I have two domain names. So this one is the findingyourself.blog.com.
Okay, so let me just explain a little bit for those. So WordPress.com is the free version of WordPress. So this is fantastic because you can literally start to work on WordPress, and then when you're ready to do a self-hosted blog, it easily converts over. And so when she gets to that point where she wants to be bigger and she wants to do more, it's an easy migration process.
And I actually have an upgraded version. I pay for both an annual fee for both, not much. But it's because I have access to customer service. I have an upgrade because they help me. I can
WordPress knows how to do that.
Yes. So I have
perfect.
So I have the findingyourself.blog, but I haven't even launched it yet because I was thinking about doing the freelance. I'm talking to someone about being a copy editor for their new book and the resume writing I've done. So I have my own LLC. So I have a teresacochran.com. Like I have another domain and I haven't even launched that site yet.
But you know what? Everything else. It's all growing. But I think I hope we can kind of circle back to is to even find out how to do this. How did you start your research?
So I think I started when I was Googling everything and doing all my research, I came across a company, two young guys had created it where you could log in and you could create a website through them. But I never paid to get in because as I read the reviews, I realized it's almost like they can hold your website hostage for you.
I've seen it.
So I was like, wait a minute. So I don't get that. I don't get the rights to that. So that's when I found WordPress, and I realized that WordPress was like, I'm always going to have access to that. Like you were just saying, I guess you can transfer it over. I've not even gotten there yet.
It's what you have is WordPress, and so there's difference between self-hosted, which means I pay for the hosting, pay for everything. In your case, WordPress is paying for the hosting, but you're still paying. You're paying for the hosting, but it's a little bit of a different version. You're limited in what you can do. So when you want to go all out and do everything, you'll probably have to
move it out of there. But
it's a great place to start.
But with WordPress, I'm allowed to move it out of there.
Yes.
With other services, you really need to read the fine print because you may become your intellectual property may become theirs,
and they can use your content to in marketing for other things. So that's another thing to look for in the fine print is if you are a good writer and you're doing well, they can use your stuff to promote their own businesses.
It's affiliate marketing. That's what it is.
Oh, his is affiliate. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, affiliate. Yep. So we can have affiliate links Anyway.
But it was affiliate.
Yeah.
That's the basis of what it was,
Okay.
which is what I had. That's kind of also, that's another piece of the puzzle, which kind of led me to where I am.
Yeah.
I was looking at that as
but
well.
Here's what I love. You said, I Googled it. So so Googling, I'm telling you people, when I did my first thing, I didn't know what a plugin was. So I did my first website and I'm like, what is a plugin? I literally typed in, what is a plugin? And for those that you're watching, I'm literally using 2 fingers to pretend I'm typing on a keyboard because it was that simple. And it took me hours and hours to do it. But now I know what a plugin is, and I know how to install it, and I know how it works. And
I've been the same way, self-taught. Everything I did, I researched, but that's why I became a paralegal. I love to do research.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a researcher and collector of knowledge.
I didn't even think about that. You're right. Yeah, you would be.
Yes. And so I am self-taught. Even on my homepage on my blog, when you read it, it says I'm self-taught. I'm self-taught in almost everything that I do.
And that's really why I wanted to have you on here, is to really talk about that and to give people encouragement that even if you don't know everything about how to blog, but you want to do it, or, can I start a direct sales business, and how do I do it without any customers? How do I prove it? Or any business really, use yourself as a testimonial. Google it. Like, I just want to have a shirt that says Google it, because because it may not come off well on a shirt, but I feel like I should have a sign, because there's so many things that you can do for yourself if you just Google it, because literally someone out there has done it or created a video or talked about it.
And I just want to say, as far as direct sales goes, and just trying, to make that something happen in your life, it does take time. It is something that you're planting a seed every day. You have to come from a place of positivity, of gratitude. What you did last year will show up next year. What you did last month will show up this month. What you did yesterday will show up today. So it's not all instant. The
internet may give you instant information, but it takes a while in that process. Thank you so much for saying that, because that definitely is something that we all look at. And while we're on the subject, so I'm going to go to my screen here so we can go back to Monat. Is there anything you want to tell? So how can people reach out? How can people, let's say that somebody wants to start this off because they love hair care products. I know that already talking to you, I'm watching the video and I'm seeing a little bit of frizz in my hair. So I am going to ask you about that, because you said there's some
there's products for frizz.
Which happens in Florida, just so you know.
So, well, you and I have never talked about my company or the products. This is really
this is our first time.
Yes.
So I'm going to get the sales.
Well, what I'm going to do is just, when we're done for the interview today, we'll just, talk to you more about what it is that might work for you for your hair.
She's going to tell me my problems. She's going to air my dirty laundry.
No, I'm going to
my dirty hair laundry.
I'm going to ask you what is it? What results do you want to see? And then I can say, well, then this might be what you want to try. So the first video. So there's 3 videos on the screen. The first one is going to just show you about the products in general, and then as you page down. If someone would be interested in joining as a VIP, that would be the video to watch. And that's just someone who is interested in the products. You can join, and a lifetime membership for a one small fee. And then you get access to a bunch of discounts and big flash sales that they have all the time. And then, to be a market partner, if anybody was interested in being a market partner, which is what I am, they could also view the information for that. And they can contact me directly. My contact information is on my website, my email.
Yeah, and so I'm going to share the links, but it's teresacochran.mymonat.com/influencer, which is a lot. So I would suggest coming back to the blog post. eGen Solutions will have it on a blog post, but I'm also going to put the links in the YouTube description. So if you're watching, click down below and you'll see a link to her stuff, to both her blog and her hair sales. Can you tell me, just because if I were looking at the two, what do I get with the VIP perks? Is that like a membership, like a discounted membership, or?
Yeah, so it's a $20 fee one time for your lifetime. You pay $20 and you can join as a VIP. Okay. and you get free shipping on qualified purchases. So when you go in and you see the pricing, there's a certain price point that they want you to pay anytime you order, and then they'll give you free shipping. And then they have sales all the time, like where you buy one thing and you get another one free. And every month when you buy products, they have what's called an only for you product, and that's free to you. They offer you a separate additional product for free that will come. The products are concentrated, so that like my father's using the products.
Oh, that's a good point. Your dad. Use your dad or your parents or your spouse.
So my dad's
or your significant
my dad
other
had some, his hair was coming out. He's in his, he's like 78, and he said his hair does not come out anymore. So I have pictures. I have before and after pictures that I post on my Facebook.
Does he let you do that? So there you go. Another testimonial.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah.
So
yes. So, but the products do work very well. And, I forgot what I was going to say.
That's okay. No, that's what I like. So that goes into it where we talked before, you can use yourself and your story and your story with a product. You can use family members too, or your spouse or your husband or girlfriend or whatever.
So you don't want to talk about what the product is. You want to talk about what it does.
There we go. And show through visual, because that really is video and pictures that really works well anyway in today's day and age on social media. But this is great.
That's what I was going to tell you about my dad, just because it's important. Because I gave him the shampoo, the men's line shampoo, and I think it took him 10 months to go through one bottle. So,
wow.
Because it's concentrated. So you don't have to use a lot. You just use small amounts, like the size of a nickel, and you emulsify it with the water. And so that's important for people to know, just because it's not like when you buy other shampoos, like at the regular department store, drugstore, or whatever. It's not, it's different.
And I'm always like squirting the bunch out.
Yeah, you don't need that much. Less is actually better.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. That's even better.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for sharing everything with us.
Thank you for having me.
Is there anything else you want to tell people?
Well, I guess we went over. Yeah, I think we went through everything. So
this is great.
I of course have way too much more information in my head. So if you ever want to know more about the products or anything, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to talk to you.
Yeah, and for her blog, it's finding yourself. Excuse me, this is what happens when I don't switch over. findingyourself.blog, and that will get you to her personal blog and her writing. So thank you very much. If you like this, give us a thumbs up or share it, because sharing is caring. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, I paused. Hold on.